here, right in the front of my forehead, right behind my skull, my forehead. And so much of my learning came from watching. I had no regular instruction until I was about 28. And I have a picture in my head of the perfect everything. I have, now most of these horses you don't know because they're from long ago, but it was Granat, Christine Stuckelberger's Granat in half pass. It was Dottie Morcus on Monaco going Canada Halt. You know, I would see it, and that was the best I'd seen it. And that would, when I was trying to do something really well, that would be right here. I could see it right here. And I would try to make my horse look like that. That was my goal. And I thought it was interesting that Andrea said, you know, she pictures Totalist when she's challenging her horse a little bit. Now, I love that you're a little forward and riding in a little almost half seat. I think that's terrific. I question the way we are encouraged, we dressage people, to sit so much. I think in young horses we sit too soon and too much. I always remember when I went to the 1988 Olympics, Kirkland, this was the beginning of her being a superstar. And she had her stallion who was youngish at the time. She did end up being, I think, silver medalist at the games. And I loved watching her school. She would come in and she'd go some posting trot and she'd pick up a canter and she'd get up in a half seat and he'd kind of shake his head and buck a little bit and that was fine. And then she'd come back and she might start working and then she'd do a shoulder and half pass, and she'd pick up a canter and a half seat and he'd buck and play. And then she'd put him back together and she might do some canter half passes and then she'd go off and he'd buck and play again. She never squashed him. You know, she never took away his sort of joie de vivre, his joy in his work. And this horse continued to be a top horse for many years. She won the World Cup with him, she won quite a few gold medals with him. I actually, 3 years later, trained with the same person with her before the World Cup. He was now the top horse and certainly totally favored to win. And I was so impressed. She never worked him very hard. Of course, then he was a very confirmed Grand Prix horse. The weekend before the World Cup, she went off and taught a clinic and had her groom ride. You know, she obviously wasn't over-drilling him, over-schooling him. And she went in and absolutely cleaned up in the World Cup. Good. Good. Very nice. Letting your knees drop down. Short side lengthen a tiny bit. Just go a little. Nice. And back. Nice job. Now, just before we take a break, I'd like you to go pee a large circle. Let his neck drop low and make him a little too deep. Neck down. Again, the nose to knees idea. Very low, very long neck and very round. A little deeper. Keep that flexion. Your arm controls the length of his neck, and your hand controls his jaw and his pole. So your hands are going to stay here, while your arms give. It sounds a little contradictory, but I promise it works. A little deeper, deeper. That a girl. And again, a little extra deep. Yeah. Now let him stretch to the ground. Let his nose out. He keeps pushing behind. This is important. It's not being sloppy. Okay, and let's walk them on. Big walk. Now I haven't given my walk spiel. Let me give my walk spiel. I have my certain lectures that I give all the time. Your walk that's in your test always counts, your free or extended walk is always has a coefficient of 2. It's an incredibly important movement. Your walk is the gait you practice the most. If you do the trail riding and walking before you ride and walking after you ride, you should be doing. I mean, basically, even if you're schooling and you should be walking, 15 minutes before you start work and 15 minutes after you finish work, that's half an hour. Plus the walk you do during your work, plus hopefully there are days that you go out trail riding and do a lot of walking. So why isn't your walk, your free walk, your best gait? This isn't quite good enough. If, as I said yesterday, if you have to push, come on, walk. No. If you have to push, I'm yelling, I'm sorry. If you have to push to get your best walk, you're going to get what just happened to Nicole. He's going to jig. He's going to move quick and short. From the moment you get on the horse's back until the moment you get off the horse's back, he should be walking, as I always describe it, like he's going home to dinner. Like he has a place to go. Yeah. He has a nice over track. It's not a super motivated walk. He stretches down beautifully. Motivate him a little. One kick. No? Good. If you're pushing him, it's not likely to be very successful. So you have to get the pushing over with so you can let him be. Okay. I have zero patience with slovenly walks. Okay, let's put it together. And this is the other incredibly important part of it, as I said yesterday. Does he melt into your A's? Or do you have to kind of crank him around?
He feels pretty good.
Yep, he looks good. Straight ahead. Chest up tall and halt. Good. And rein back. Shuffle. Right leg a little. Good. And forward and pat it. Now, you notice I've asked you to rein back before we're really working, before he's built up any little bit of nervous energy, whether it's good nervous energy or nervous energy. And then after the door, I'm asking you to back with the wall next to you to help. If your horse backs crooked, I think it's much better to put the wall on that side and let the wall teach you to back straight than to crank at him with your leg. Ultimately, your leg should control it. But some horses don't know how to back up straight. Is he putting his haunches in? I can't tell.
Slightly.
Yep. And now walk straight ahead. At R, ride a turn on the haunches. Not a pirouette, meaning it's going to be slightly bigger than a pirouette. A nice turn on the haunches. Yep. Left leg, little tap, left leg. You could have not had the haunches come in quite so much. At halt, right next to the wall, and back. Good. Trying to step to the wall, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. So with him, I would back most all the time with the wall on your right until he figures that out. Good. Okay. Shall we go ahead and go to trot? Chest up tall. Now, I'd like you to walk again. You're going to trot like he's a training level horse. I want you to go to trot like he's a third level horse. A little more punch to it, a little more power to it. Trot. Up. Corners. Every corner is going to be a corner. Good. Yep. Good. Little push to it. Yep. Now we're working to it. First of all, we were just loosening him up, getting the blood flowing, getting the fluid in the joints. getting him ready. Now we're going to develop that trot. Gradually developing a little more power. Yeah. A large circle at V. Little power. Now you're resting. Yeah. And again, almost a little medium-ish. Yeah. Now, you're clucking them. That's good. That's the tiny, I love it. Now again, go. You're clucking a little too much. Okay? I don't mind the cluck, but you shouldn't be using a cluck all the time. If you're using a cluck all the time, you need to give him a little lesson about going to your leg. And again, little power, punch. Yeah. And collect slightly. And now a little bit bigger trot. Punch. And collect slightly. A little bit rounder. Good. Good girl. Now, across the diagonal to E. Make a real short diagonal. Keep the punch to it. Up. Good. And circle at E. I noticed you looking in the windows to see yourself, so I'm putting you where you can see yourself, because I would like you to see it. Now, Nicole, I want you to take the chance that you're going to be too fast, or you're going to make him too strong. Okay? Now, quieter legs. You need to, I keep using the word punch. You need to give him a little jolt, because you're using too much leg. All right? He's got to take you just a little bit more. Come on, you. Yeah. Good girl. That's all right. Good mistake. And collect a little bit. Good. Straight ahead. And on the next long side, you're going to ride a very short trot. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. And a very short trot. Bring your lower leg back just a little bit. Short, short, short. And forward. Punch. Punch. I want you thinking about a piaffe massage transition. Okay? Have you ever ridden one?
No.
Okay, but have you seen one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was my guess. So just imagine what it's like. That's what you're developing right now. I don't want piaffe. You can't piaffe. But that's what you're working toward. That's the end result. Whether it ever happens or whether it's 4 years down the road. And a little bit of a short trot, shuffle, short, short, and forward. Gets a little resistant, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, and one more. Actually, let's go straight ahead, launches in. Ride your corner a little bit. Little half-full, bending right, bending. Make sure he's looking right straight at the mirror in front of you. Good. Yeah, and straight. Good. Shoulder in. Good. Renvers. Just general suppling, rideable. Good. And after the second corner on the long side, you're going to ride some short steps again. And once he's short, we'll go right forward. A little whoa, legs back slightly, and go. And now you're going to go a little bit of whoa, and you're going to stay in whoa. Short trot. You can do it right now. Just short trot. Yeah, stay there a moment. So he accepts it. Good, this is fine. What I call dinky trot. It's a very technical term. Yeah. Can you keep him a little deeper? That's the girl, and forward. Come on. Yeah. He should say, thank you, I want to go forward. As opposed to you saying, come on. And once again, short trot. Legs back slightly. Yeah. Nice and elastic. And forward. Good.
That was better.
Yeah. From M, let's half pass to the right. None of that was enough of anything. Okay? It wasn't enough sideways, it wasn't enough bend, and it got slower as it went. Now, I would have been perfectly happy to have 1 out of 3. Okay?
Okay.
So this time, let's do the same basic half pass. Remember I talked last night about trying to finish your movements a little bigger than you start? So try to build the trot within it. Forward, right leg bigger. Yeah, bending a little. Sideways. Good. Okay, we had 1 out of 3. We had better forward, we didn't have enough sideways, and we didn't have enough bend. Okay? So this time, we're going to go for definite sideways. I want you on the center line pretty close to X. Hopefully bend, and still have some forward, but maybe it'll slow a little. A little half full. Okay. Okay, better. And let's track left. Medium trot out of the corner. And to the left. Now, you have to kind of push him into that medium trot, right?
Yes.
Now, let's see if you can, I want you to, at E, you're going to do a medium trot. At E. Now, I want you to be able to let him do medium. Do you have the power? You have the power? And medium. I would have kicked him hard. Okay? So let's walk just a second. You should have, just keep him on the 8. You should have medium trot as available from collected trot as you would have trot available from the walk. In other words, if you were walking and you said trot the next stride, you would expect him to trot the next stride. If you're trotting and you say medium the next stride, he should say, sure, Mom, I got it. So what I'm looking for, in general, is that you create a more powerful electric trot. Now, don't be afraid of making a mistake, okay? He may break some, he may get strong, okay? But let's really see if we can't make that trot a little electric. Is it driving you nuts hearing her breathe and hearing it?
Sorry.
No.
Oh, it's not you.
I'm going to turn it down because I want to be able to talk to her. Okay, let's go ahead. Trot circle. Oh, yeah. Now, I don't want to be the one doing all the work. Collect a little. too much bend. Short side, medium trot. And collect. See? Don't squash it. Collecting is not stopping you. It's putting all of that power in a little bit smaller ball. And half, left. Good. You don't have to go beyond the center line. It doesn't matter. Little half, hold up, yeah. And medium. And collect. It's all right, easy. If he throws you around, I'd rather you post than grab him in the mouth. Okay? And shoulder in. And full pay now. And half pass right. Bending a little more. Come on, where's that medium trot? Where's the medium? Don't do it. Where is it? Don't do it. It's all right. Good boy. Talk to him. You know that partnership that Andrea was talking about earlier? This is where he needs you. I'm shaking him up. He needs confidence from you. Ooh, we have a draw in there. Good. Now hands down a little and just trot. But your best trot. Little round. Good girl. Good job. Is the medium there? Is it ready and waiting? Hands down just a little. And now short trot. And legs back. Short. And trot. And medium trot. Yes! Fabulous. Walking, love it. Really nice, Nicole.
Oh boy, that was fun.
I love working trots. As a rider, I could spend hours on the same horse. Of course, the horse couldn't. Just playing with it. Wonder what I can find. What if I, do this? What if I do that? What if I, make him run away with me for a moment, then bring him back? And as you saw, our first success was when I chased him around a bit, shook him up a little bit, and then Nicole discovered that, there was something there. And then she can go find it. I have to tell you from my own experience, I worked almost exclusively, I did work by myself until I was training for the World Championships the first time. I did a few clinics, but I learned by watching and I learned by the dressage tests. I train my horses by the dressage tests. I use them as my guideline. And I want you to know that when we design the tests, that's in our minds, that people are going to be using this as to help them know what to do next. Once I had ridden Grand Prix, I had an entirely different way of training, because then I knew where I was headed. I knew what the end result was that I wanted. Rather than training from here to here to here to here to here to here, I was training everything to here. Whether I ever got there or not, I often didn't. But, for example, I said to you, I want you to imagine Piaf to dressage transition. That's what you were training just then. Now, you're a long way from Piaf and you're a long way from dressage. But that is what you are training. When you're doing a canter circle, you're starting to train canter pirouettes. When you're going canter to trot 3 times around the ring, change direction to pick up the other lead, you're starting to train flying changes. Okay? And if you have that in your head, that's what I need to be able to do it'll make you a little cleaner about your training back here. Now, you're going to pick up medium walk. Yeah, good girl. And keep the walk reins loose. Do it again. And medium walk. And maybe say, oh. Oh, yeah, good. Right, good. And then over here, once you're ready, on the track, you're going to do a walk pirouette. Make sure you get that half whole, short walk. Short, short, and turn. Short, and turn. Left leg. Okay, good. And do it again right now. Oh, oh, oh. Good. Don't rush. Don't rush. That was a little hurry, not to mention it against the bit. Now a little bit more together. Now, we're about to go to canter. Not that that was a good walk pirouette, but I don't want to spend time on that. And your canter part is training your flying change. Is he clean, prompt, and is your timing correct so that he's clean? Meaning he pushes right off his outside hind leg. Collected, and canter. Forward. Now, I wouldn't stop it in the middle of it. Okay, I agree it wasn't good enough. No. Ask him a little rounder as you can. Good, very good. Not quite forward enough, but it was very clean. Good, good girl. Large circle. I would like to see people picking poop that were not picking poop yesterday. Good. Just stay a little inside. Good. Now for a moment, make him a little too deep. Make sure you're not holding your inside rein too much. A little bit of resisting with your outside rein that's going to make him deeper. I want to see him behind the vertical without slowing up. Good. A little deeper. Shorten your rein. Forward, forward, forward. I'm looking to get him a little extra through so you can back away. That's it. Left hand stays up. Left hand up. Yeah. Good girl. That's a little deep. Not much though. Yeah. And now let his pole come up a little bit. And now collect extra shorten along the lines of what we did. Oh, now walk a moment. Walk just a moment. I'm going to give you a whip.
Here you go, Lendon.
What's that? Oh, I'm a bit fanatical about not overusing the whip and not using the whip as an aid. But this is one of the moments when a whip can be useful as an aid. Trying to develop short canter and teaching piaffe are really the two times and passage that I'm comfortable with using a whip as an aid. Otherwise, almost always, there's a couple other times perhaps, but almost always we're looking for the whip. Nice shovel, fork. That's the best Hampton Green can do. Might as well give her a spoon.
I mean, there's other ones.
Sorry, I got distracted.
It's right. I'll get them work out.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so I want your whip in your right hand, I think. I may change my mind. And what I want you to do is as you ask him to shorten a little, you're going to just touch him. And basically what you're doing is saying, whoa, but don't break. Whoa, but don't break. You see? You're not going to hit him. The whip is there just to say, don't break.
Do you want it on like his belly?
Well, let's see. If he kicks out, definitely. And you can even use it on the shoulder. You know? It's just whatever works. We don't want to disrupt him with the whip at all. Okay? It's an encouragement. It's sort of like a cluck. Okay? So let's canter. A little rounder. Left hand stays up. And now a little, and you can even use a cluck, a little cluck hook. Oh, touch it, picking up power. Now I'm going to ask you to pick up short canters. See, just feel if you can. As you ask him to canter, you're going to just say, stay here, don't go away. And short canter. Supple the jaw. And short canter. Good. Swap. And canter. Good. A little ho, and pat him and go. Go, 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 go. Ah, I would have given him a little whack. I have no problem with the fact that he was resistant. He's going, oh my goodness, what is it you're telling me to do? Good, now shorten a little bit. Good, good, and forward. Get out of there, get out of there. Leave his face alone, yep. I don't want you to fling your hands, but having him on the bit is the least of my concerns at the moment of the shortening. Now let's not do that near the mirror again, shall we?
Yeah, let's not.
Good, and a little short, and forward. Good boy. Give him a touch with your hand. No. With your hand. Touch it. Pat it. Yeah. Encourage it. He thinks you're nuts. He thinks you had, margaritas for breakfast. Good. And a little shorten. Right rein a little bit. And forward. Good boy. Oh, he's a superstar. And again, short. Not near the mirror. Yeah. And shorten a little bit. Move the bit a little, just move it a little, and go. Yeah. Good boy. Now he's hopping up and down, he's got his head up in the air, but he's got the first idea of it. And one more time. Bend him a little out. Just stay here. Stay here, not shorter. Touch him on the shoulder. Yeah. Don't go away, don't go away. There, stay here. Supple it, stay here. Yeah. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Tell him he's a good boy. He doesn't have to be perfect to be a good boy. Yeah. Supple. Walk. Okay. If he breaks, I'd rather you come to walk. Now pick up shortish can. Good. Right there. Good boy. Good man. Good. And forward. And forward. Go. Pat him. Yeah. Good boy. Be a little more effusive. Good. Straight ahead. Not too. Oh no. Okay. I don't mind. That's probably a good idea to give him a little gallop and get out of all the crankiness. Now just straight ahead, normal collected canter. Little tiny. That's it. Now make him a little bit deep. Not shorter in the stride. Just rounder in his neck. That's it. Good job. Give both hands one stride. Test yourself. Yep. One stride. Why nobody can do one stride. Good. And now a little bit deeper. Half circle, half pass. Good. Good. A little bit deeper. Give him a little kick with your right leg. You need to challenge the sideways of it, right rein near the neck. Don't bend it too much. Keep your shoulders in front of you, straight ahead, and a little bit rounder. Straight. Yeah. Good. Straighter neck. Remember I said you don't want to have more bend and counter canter than you have going down the arena. Now this is perfect. Don't bend it more. Don't bend. Walk. Now that happened because you all of a sudden took the right rein, I think. Now, is he rideable? Is he yours? And counter canter. Now straighter neck. Yeah. And keep him just like this. Your right leg stays back. Weight on your left stirrup. Right leg back. Good. Good. And trot. Rounder. Rounder. Now, is he ready to do medium trot? Yep. Good. Don't go fast. But he's got to want to go fast. He's got to be saying, come on, let's go get him. Tally-ho and all that. After M, halt, And let's medium walk. Good. You know, I've talked about the dangers of collecting too much and riding collected walk too much. I find now people often don't ride like medium walk enough. You know, they sort of walk, drop the reins, pick up the reins, go do something. And he's doing a lovely job. He's just doing medium walk. I don't see in him saying, are we going to do something? Are we going to do something? Are we going to do something? Which is what I often see when the horses are in medium walk. Good. Good. And let's canter right lead. Good. Very clean. Yeah. Just canter. Just a nice canter. Good. And lengthen the canter. And shorten the canter. Circle. Large circle now. So you're not quite touching the end of the arena. Good. And lengthen a little bit. And shorten. Circle from your back. Sit really into him and a little still when you want him to shorten. And lengthen. Good. And shorten. Bend a little right. I'm seeing a little, look in the mirror. Is his nose going left, rightish? You see that?
Yep.
And lengthen. Follow both hands and shorten. Make sure your hips are in the middle of his back. A little bit deeper. A little bit deeper. A little bit deeper. Yeah, that's a girl. That's it. That's it. Make sure your left arm follows as much as your right. There'll be times you'll resist with both. And there may be times where for one stride you resist with one hand only, but not every stride. Good. Good. And now shorten the canter a little bit. Be ready to touch him. Yeah. Good boy. And forward. Now get him nice and round. And again, when you're teaching him something brand new, I have not the least bit problem if he resists, if he gets above the bit. He's struggling. This is hard, and this is physically hard. Yeah. And shorten again. Keep your back a little still. Yeah. Shorten. And again, I like to bring the leg back a little bit that says, don't break. That didn't work, did it? I think it's because you took your leg off. And shorten. Good, good, good. And fold. Now, ride a little deeper. Good. Keep the jump. Keep the big canter. Just ride him a little deeper. Good. And let him come up a little bit. And shorten again. Does anyone know where our next rider is?
Coming in.
Has she just gotten on?
No, she's all warmed up.
She's supposed to walk. Nobody does anything I tell them to do. Good. And shorten. Right leg down. A little bit deeper. A little bit deeper. Good. Yeah, that's it. A little bit deeper. He's wringing his neck left and right. It's okay, don't worry. And fold. You just don't want it to stay like that. Bend a little right. Good. Good girl. Straight ahead. Half circle, half pass. At the end, obviously. Now, get over to E, basically. Little half hold, little hold. That's a girl. Don't hold him back. Good. That's fine. Don't overbend him. Left rein near the neck. Yeah. Good. Diagonal. your left shoulder up, step a little on your right stirrup. Good. Good job. Super. A little bit deeper. Just like this. Follow with that left hand. Follow with both hands together. Now, large circle, a slightly bigger canter. Keeping you a little round. Good. Good. And draw. Nice and supple. Good. And posting draw. And let it circle and let it stretch. Don't let the reins get loopy. Now, when he's doing this work well, and when he's accepting it all, and part of the reason why there are moments that I ask you to ride him a little too deep, he should stretch back, okay? He should just really take those reins and say, how far down may I go? Good. The fact that he's not, it tells you, and we see it in him, right? He holds himself a little tight, and let's walk. Very, very good. Now, the short canter isn't a big deal, meaning it isn't, you gotta get this now kind of a thing. It's something you just start working in. Big canter, little canter. Big trot, little trot. You know, you're expanding the rubber bandness of your horse. You know, you can stretch him a little, you can go bigger, smaller. In this space, now we're saying the bigger is going to be bigger and the smaller is going to be smaller. So you have this much adjustability within the horse. And the same thing with his frame. I keep saying a little deeper, not because I want it deep all the time, but I want you to be able to go squish, good boy. You know, my goal is always that you're not holding the horse in place, that you can get him a little bit rounder, that you can allow him to go a little, that you can get him more active, that you can allow him to settle a little. You know, that I never want what my best is. I never want what I want in the ring to be the most I can possibly get. When the horse is in the ring, when the horse is performing, when the horse is in his comfort zone, it's not going to be the absolute most. It's where he's more comfortable. But gradually, whereas he used to be only comfortable between here and here, we're going to try to get him comfortable between here and here. Okay?
All right.
Remember that trot. Don't forget that trot. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.